Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode powered by Hayabusa. It's all about probes and how to use them properly. All right, in today's episode, we're talking about what are probes and how to use them properly and why would you want to use a probe. So the first thing we're going to talk about is where do you see probes the most in combat sports? And that's going to be in boxing, okay? Now, you'll see a lot of boxers, they don't throw everything full power all the time, right? It opens you up, you're easier to get countered, and it's just not technical. So the probe is a nice way to set up your power punches, okay? That's the first reason someone uses a probe. So if Matt and I are fighting, if I just keep my hands here, it's very hard for me to counter, and it's very hard for me to throw when someone's constantly hitting my guard, okay? Now, by him throwing these shots at me, I don't know what to do. I end up getting shelled up, right? So I don't want to get caught in that situation. So the nice probe here keeps you moving, right? And lets me set up my shots. Now I could probe with my jab, right? I can throw a probe with my cross, but I'm not really trying to hit my target. I'm not going to give you that strong footwork that I'm trying to hurt someone, because if I overstep here, then all of a sudden I've committed and I can get hit. So a lot of these probes help me create reactions, right? I touch, boom, and then I use it to spear or to attack off of that, right? If I just throw my right hand with power all the time, it's predictable. So I might come here, I might throw a probing cross, and then boom, shoot my hard jab off of it. So it allows me to change intensity, speed of my punches, to be able to split my opponent's guard, to be able to create openings, right? And you'll see a lot of times I can probe here, and I probe in different directions. Now, a probe, I don't necessarily hit my partner. A probe can be out here. So I'm using a probe on the outside by occupying space. So I'm probing here. Then when I'm ready, boom, I could heavy and stab, right? Boom, I can stab off of it, right? Boom. And create that opening, okay? So what makes a probe good, right? Now, a lot of times people probe without making it believable. So you'll see these little punches here. Now, a probe needs to be believable. Otherwise, they're just going to step in and counter, and this is where you can get hurt. So when I'm probing, I still want to get some extension in my punches, okay? I still want to be here. Now, when I'm probing, I'm thinking and waiting for counters or finding a reaction. So if I'm here and I'm probing here and I see Matt throws right hand, look, I can come back and counter well. Because I'm not overcommitted, I have the ability to move my head, move my feet very quickly. So when I power jab, I heavy step, I take that big step. But when I probe, a lot of times I don't even have to step, right? I'm just moving my feet very lightly, boom, 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 to create that power shots off of that. Okay, so helps create openings, and it helps me get my opponent to shell up so they don't attack back, right? So the probe has to be believable. I have a snap to it. Now, not all probes are the same, right? I might throw slow probes here. I might throw fast probes. I might throw feints, okay? So with the probe, you can either hit the arms, back up, low, speed, fast, right? It becomes a distraction. And by changing the speed, the intensity, the power, it just helps you set up those power shots a little bit better. Now, another thing I like about probes is if I'm trying to draw someone in. Now, if Matt's coming forward here and I stay here, it's inviting him to attack if my hands are glued to my head. There's no threat. So if I'm getting backed up, I'll keep him off of me by throwing these probe punches. I can move my feet very easy, and I can move, right? And then boom, I can stab. I can touch, boom, and I can stab off of that. So you notice I'm touching, I'm keeping him off him. If I don't do that, it's easy for him, if I'm an MMA fighter, for him to shoot on me. It's them to be able to blitz in on me. So this occupying of space with probes keeps my opponent from being able to blitz in on me, which is a very important concept, right? I don't want to always end up in the clinch, especially if I'm a striker in MMA, right? As soon as my hands are glued here, Matt can go to here, or he goes under my arms into his takedowns, single, doubles. So I can't have my hands pinned to my head. So by occupying the space with probes, right, now look at the difference. Where's Matt's opportunity to come in? And even if he crashes for my legs, right? He has to get past the full arm rather than just my elbow, right? Gives me that extra distance to be able to sprawl, to be able to push the head and be able to move, frame, push, move, sprawl. I need that extra space. If I'm here blinded in a high guard without occupying that space with probes, they get to my legs, I get taken down, okay? So this is a concept that I learned personally late in my career, where this is something I think is important that as an amateur or a beginner, you understand that not all punches are the same, right? I could have a probing jab, a spearing jab, a vertical jab, a horizontal jab, more of a cut down jab with the thumb down, right? I might angle with my jab, I might up jab. So a jab isn't just a jab, a strike isn't just a strike. There's different variations. And one of the best ways to diversify that strike is to use probes. Speed, slow, fast, powerful, heavy step in versus small step. So you want to create diversity in your striking, and using probes will really help you out. Okay, so quick little recap here about probes. As you get more experienced, they're very important, okay? They help you set up your shots. They help you set up your spears. They keep your opponent off you. It prevents you from being shelled up, right? It gets your opponent to shell up to help you to create openings. So the use of probes, the occupying of space, the ability to spear and cut angles, invaluable, the use of probes, okay? Now, if you're new, this might be confusing and a lot to think about, but just watch a good boxing fight and see how they use it, right? Think of those shots that aren't meant to hurt your opponent, and those are your probe punches. See how much they throw. Sometimes you'll see boxers not even commit to a big power shot the entire couple rounds, right? They're just using their probes to stay, to maybe recover a little bit after maybe a heavy round. So the use of probes is endless. So really watch for it in boxing. That's where you'll probably see the best examples of it, all right? In kickboxing with the fast pace, maybe not as much, a little bit more in MMA with the small gloves, but ultimately boxing will be your best place to learn, all right? Hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you support the channel by supporting our sponsors. First, we have Hayabusa. Go to HayabusaFight.com for all your fight gear. We have Perfect Sports Nutrition. Bazooka 20 gets you 20% off your supplements. And last but not least, BazookaTraining.com, online curriculum taught by me with an archive library, well over 500 videos, brand new videos every single week, home videos, sparring drills, bag work, pad work, tutorials. It's endless learning for you. So jump on the channel. It's less than $10 a month to add to your learning. All right, we'll see you next time here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, one, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's going to give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're going to be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.